Meanwhile, the action continues in Moscow with the reigning Olympic champion, Yuzuru Hanyu, who became the youngest Olympic champ since Dick Button when he did it back in 2014. Dick did it in 1948 and then again in 1952. And it's with those names that Yuzuru Hanyu is mentioned these days. Certainly one of the best of his generation, maybe ever.
Had a major fall and a stumble in the short program where he lost ground to Nathan. But note he is trying a new quad. The quad Lutz. He has yet to land it. Here's his chance. The hardest quad there is. Ooh.
Incredible save like a cat. Hear the reaction from this audience. Probably half Japanese. He does travel with his own cheering squad.
Didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And he won this event back in 2007. They were out of their seats.
Sitting up here, the quad loop. Pulling a bit outside with that left arm on the takeoff, only managing a triple. Not a deduction, but to go up against Nathan Chen and make up the ground he lost in the short program, he needs every bit of these jumps.
By the way, Dmitry Aliyev, a total score of 239.61, which puts him in 4th place.
All the Japanese fans here in this arena. You can hear them clapping during this footwork sequence. It really does help a skater when you have that support and energy. And not a lot of skaters have the type of cheering squad that Yuzuru has. And I think it also has an effect on the judging. When the crowd is really into the performance, it affects the level of energy in the arena. And do you think that affects the marks, Johnny?
It definitely has to. I mean, it's not a new thing to say, but the judges are the first row of the audience. So far in this free program and in the short program, Yuzuru seems to be favoring his right knee. A slight injury earlier this fall limited the amount of quads he was doing in an earlier competition. You can see him favoring that here on many of these landings, doubling out on a planned quadruple toe loop there.
Triple toe.
Beautiful triple axel double toe with hardly any preparation. They'll do it again here with barely any speed. Another triple axel.
it's Yuzu. He's always entertaining. How can he not be? But there were quite a few mistakes, and in the short program, he left the door open for Nathan. And I think with this free skate, he cracked it open ever so much more.
Yeah, the crowd doesn't care about those mistakes you're talking about at this moment. Out of their seats, Winnie the Pooh everywhere on the ice.
There is so much Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh is Yuzuru's favorite character. Super big in Japan now because of Yuzuru. But I really thought that despite the jump errors in that program, Yuzuru displayed the class that has made him Yuzuru Hanyu. The quad lutz, while it was a little shaky on the landing, still bravo for doing a new element. That's what keeps Yuzu on top, is the fact that he, despite being an Olympic champion, despite having everything to lose, he will continue to let himself try new elements, and that's why he's so great.
That's so true, especially because Yuzuru doesn't have to do 5 quads in this free skate. He could do 2 or 3, skate clean, and that could be his strategy, but he's not okay with that, which I think is so inspirational.
I also really love that he's gone back to an old free program. Amazing moment there with Brian Orser, his coach. He's gone back to an old free program. You can see the pacing. He was really comfortable. The opening quad lutz, struggles on the landing, but holds that left foot off the ice, checks the landing.
He was struggling with this quad loop. It only turned into a triple, lost some points there. And you can tell on the landing, very hesitant.
And here again on the quad, Sally turns out with that right leg, stays up as long as your bottom doesn't hit the ice. It's not a fall.
But came back very strong here with a beautiful quad toe, triple toe.
I loved the passion through this free program. I love that he knows those nuanced places where to really grab the judges by the throat. And that's something Nathan Chen struggles with.
Mentioned Brian Orser, the 2-time Olympic silver medalist. He leads the way. There are the numbers. This is the man who owns the highest numbers ever for a short program, a free skate, total. He has set the standard. You see the 195.92.
Ideally for the men, if you're going to live in Yuzuru Hanyu's world, you're looking at 100+ points for the short program, close to 300 for
300 total, yeah.
Close to 300 for the total, 200 for the free program.
Remember, he was a little less than 6 points out of the lead after the short.